All right. This is Intuitive Empress coming to you with a intuitive random read message. The last time we were here, I did bonus readings for the 3 highest signs for the love reading for July. Okay? And I started out in the love reading, it was Leo season, so I started with the birthday sign for that month at the time that I was doing it. And so Leo was up, and I had Saggitarius come out, I believe, as the highest one. So they came out first, and I had 3 more. One of them being Virgo. I don't remember the third one. But what I'll say is that if your sign shows up and shows out next month in August, then your sign will get the bonus read. So come on out and do this. I thank my subscribers and the people who have been supporting my channel. I've been very happy, and thank you so much for supporting me as I'm do what Holy Spirit has called me to do for you. And it is my hope that my messages do resonate with you. If they do, give it a thumbs up and like, subscribe, share, and if you feel free to comment. Okay? And without any further ado, on to the read. Now, I had to restart because I started, and unfortunately my cat decided that he wanted to get frisky and attack one of the cards. So I had to stop the video, get him off the table, and start again. So that's why you already see the spread. But I've prayed over the energy, and I've meditated over the energy. And so we started out with the time is now. The time is now. Running out of time. Depression. Be authentic. Don't imitate what is popular for acceptance. Be authentic for the sake of your soul. Spread your wings and fly. All right. And your heart knows what your mind can't understand. And that actually came out in the deck. It was actually turned over at first, and I turned it back over and shuffled, and it came back out. So Spirit wanted me to put that out. So the energy that I'm getting so far is that the time is now for you to spread your wings and fly. However, you're running out of time because some of you are stuck in depression because of the things that you've gone through. Your heart knows what your mind cannot understand. And part of that is that you need to be authentic. If you're not being authentic, don't go with what's popular to be accepted, but be yourself for the sake of your soul, because Spirit has some things for you. This is the time where Spirit is calling people to a higher place. This is the time where people are discovering their callings and the things that Spirit wants them to do, Holy Spirit wants them to do, and the Most High wants them to do. I, for one, if I look back a year ago, or, I could, because I was about to say 10 years ago, but even a year ago, even a few months ago, I would never have seen myself doing this. I always help people and counsel people and things like that. But I started feeling this pull to do this. And God has awakened me in my spiritual calling and taken me to another level of it to help people like yourself. So I'm finding that this is not just an isolated incident for myself. It is something that's happening to many people. And you may have already been religious or spiritual, or I'm gonna say had your personal relationship with the Most High. I had a personal relationship with the Most High before this. I had certain gifts that I used before this, and the way I was brought up, let's say, I was told that stuff like this was evil and wicked and things like that. And as God started calling me into this, I was like, no, I don't want to do this because, you know, of all the things that I was taught. And then I started seeing other readers like myself who had beliefs like myself who was doing this. And so I prayed and I fasted and, you know, asked for direction from the Most High, and he moved me into it. And so that's why I would say pray and fast, because sometimes I'm not going to say a lot. Sometimes some of the things that we were brought up on, as far as religion and told what was right and what wasn't right, may have been right for someone else, I'll say, but maybe not necessarily right for you. Like with me, I was always the standout person. I was always the one that did not fit that mold, and everything. And so, you know, I found myself imitating what was popular in what my religion was for acceptance. But I had to be authentic for the sake of my soul. And I feel like many of you are the same. You have to be authentic for the sake of your soul. And again, I had a personal relationship. I had gone up levels, even in ministry. And, you know, it worked for a while. I'm not going to say it didn't work for me. But it got to a point where it seemed like I had outgrown where I was. And I just wasn't satisfied. It seemed like something was missing. And in seeking God, I did not know that this was going to be the way, and everything. And like I said, I was very reluctant because of the spiritual teachings that I was taught. But you have to follow the leading of the Most High. And I say all of that to say you have to follow the leadings of the Most High. Because when you do, you will get a dance of joy. Like, I am so joyful doing this. So joyful doing this. I think some of the depression, because this is the moon, and I do my little moon there. I think I probably put it in the wrong direction. But the moon symbolizes secrets. So there could be some secrets that people are hiding from you. And you know, it says your heart already knows what your mind can't understand. So, you know, your heart could be telling you something, or you could have secrets and your heart could be telling you to move in a certain direction, because of the unctioning of the spirit, and your intuition is telling you need to move in a certain way. I always tell people that, you know, if you're having this, because everything that you hear is not necessarily the divine, but if you seek the divine, and you meditate, you fast, you pray, and you do the things that you need to do to get to the Most High, he will give you an answer. He will definitely give you an answer. It will be a clear answer, and you'll know what to do. And this is confirmation, because it says, let the spirit be the beacon that guides you to peace and navigates us through treacherous times. And I'll say navigate you through treacherous times. So what I was saying, let the spirit be the beacon that guides you. And when it does, when the spirit guides you, you'll get a peace. You'll get a definite peace. When I was seeking the Most High about certain things, he gave me directions on what to do. And no sooner as I did it, and it was something, not even this, but it was something else that I had been struggling with. And no sooner than I did it, I got a peace that I had not had in months. Literally months. And it says, don't worry Go with the flow and don't stress. So if you go with the flow and don't stress, don't worry, because the divine is guiding you, spirit is guiding you to where you need to be, then you don't have to stress. You don't have to stress. All right? Any other messages? All right. The card that flew out was Surrender to Love, and that flew out. And this may not be a romantic love. I'm going to preface that, because everyone, when people talk about love, they think about the romantic love. This could be surrendering to love for yourself. This could be surrendering to the love of the Most High for your life. This could be surrendering to love for yourself. We're in a world where different media is telling you you're not good enough. You're too fat. You're too short. You don't have big enough hips. Your hips are too wide. You don't have a big enough butt. Your butt is too small. Your butt is too big. Your smile is too wide. Your teeth are too crooked. Your teeth are too straight. Your teeth are too yellow. Your teeth are too white. I mean, there are so many things that society places on you to change yourself and not like who you are as you are. And then people go through all kinds of mental things, insecurities, surgeries, and everything like that. And I'm like, if people have plastic surgery, that's on them. I mean, not that's on them, please. Okay. That is their choice. But if it's done in a healthy way, and not because somebody said that you wouldn't be beautiful if you don't do that, then that's where it goes wrong. Because a lot of people who do that, they get kind of addicted to those surgeries. And so then they have one surgery after another, and they're never satisfied with how their body looks because they have body dysmorphia. It's just never good enough. And you've seen that with certain stars that have had surgery after surgery after surgery after surgery. I'm not going to name any stars' names, but we all know stars that have gone through that, and then they talked about how they felt like they were not good enough because of what people said. I think it's worse now than ever with social media and everything, and people being on social media, and especially after COVID, where pretty much people were on overload from social media, overload from TV, reality shows, because people were binge watching because there was nothing else to do, because you couldn't go anywhere, you couldn't do anything, and everything, because everything was shut down. And so I would just say surrender to love. Surrender to love for yourself, for the Most High. If you have someone who's trying to love you, surrender to that love, if that is a healthy love for you. Some of you, the change is being a businessman or a businesswoman. And so spread your wings and fly and go by the guidance of the Most High. There will be clear direction on where to go. The right people will come to you. And, God will take you, Most High Spirit will take you to the next level. Holy Spirit will take you to the next level and will get you to where you need to be. The last card that came out was Trust Yourself. Let go of the need to control the outcome and trust your intuition. So, and trust what the Most High is saying to you, and trust yourself to know that you are taking the right steps. Trust your intuition, what the Spirit is saying, and what you're feeling and getting from people. I know even in this transition, I started picking up different energies of people who I thought was for me for years, for most of my life, and come to find out they weren't for me. Somebody who actually even lived in my house with me was really not for me. And it was hurtful, but I trusted my intuition, and it wound up being true. Like, things started coming out, and I was just like, wow, I just really can't believe this. But I was thanking the Most High for letting me know, because these certain people were actually sabotaging parts of my life. Some in the physical, in the 3D realm, which is the realm that we see, that we walk around in. Excuse me. And some in the 5D, by negative talk, negative speak, things that they would say about me to other people, you know, and all that stuff started coming out. And these were people that I really went above and beyond for, that, you know, I pretty much gave my last to, the shirt off my back, to, and, but I realized that it wasn't meant for them to go where I was going to. A lot of it stemmed from jealousy, from where I was taken up until that point, and they didn't even see and have not seen where God is taking me, because I haven't seen it all yet, because I know that it's just the beginning. But even though they were enjoying the fruits of my labors, they were still talking about me, and then they were jealous of me because I had what I had, and it was like rumors about why I got to where I got. Not the hard work, not the grit, but just, you know, other things. And so what I'll say is, when I say trust your intuition, trust what the Most High is telling you. If you feeling this in your gut, like you said, your heart knows what your mind can't understand. And that was the thing. My heart was telling me, and my soul was telling me, my intuition was telling me, these people are not for you. And my mind was like, no, they've been here forever. You know, this was my friend forever. And Spirit was saying, but this person is not for you. I'm telling you, this person is not for you. And know that the Most High sees everything. And so, you know, he sees all of what people do behind the scenes. He sees them smiling your face and stab you in the back. He sees them telling you how great you are to your face and talking about you bad behind your back, you know, in the midnight hour. He sees them telling you, you're going to do a great job. You're doing awesome, and sabotaging the work that you're doing. And you'll start to see that it'll become obvious that they're doing these things. You'll start to notice them. You'll start to notice that when you have victories and everyone's celebrating, they're sitting in the corner looking crazy. Or say you have an event, and this event is for you. Like, someone throws an event for you, and it's your moment, and all of a sudden they walk in and they garner the attention of everyone. And not just because they walked in, they'll actually vie for that attention, and everything, because they're not the center of attention, or because they're jealous of the fact that you're getting attention. And it could be even a fact that I believe that some of you, and I'm picking up, some of you don't even really get the accolades or in the forefront oh, excuse me, too often. I don't know what that sneezing is about. All of a sudden, that some of you are not in the forefront or get the accolades in the limelight. You push other people into it. But this is the time where you're going to be. And so that's why it says spread your wings and fly. You know, and you've always attracted, the people that I'm speaking to have always attracted attention, but just didn't want the attention. And everything always was kind of pushed to the front, and you were pushing other people to the front ahead of you. But Spirit says it's your time. And when these things happen and people are talking about you, on the bottom of the deck it says silence is the language of God. So sometimes you don't even have to respond to what people are saying. You know, sometimes like people, just to get attention, will cause arguments and things like that. Even in relationships, you know, the old saying, even bad attention is good attention, or bad publicity is good publicity, or whatever, something like that. And people are like that. Even if they're arguing with you, it's like they're still getting your attention. And so you want to, the worst thing you can do to people like those in that situation is to just hush up and just be silent. And I've done that. Like, you know, it was just like, oh, and you want to argue and you scream, and then all of a sudden you come to yourself and be like, why am I even fussing and fighting? And everything. So I'm going to get you some angel numbers to help you along in your journey. So 3 of them already came out. There's a 4th. There's a 5th. Spirit, are there any other angel numbers for my people? Oh, there's another. All right. I think that's it. Okay. So we have 17. That is the number for assertiveness, progress, and motivation. So some of you may have to start being assertive. And assertiveness is not, oh, excuse me. I'm gonna have to look that up, what this sneezing is about. Because it only happened during this message. So some of you are going to have to be assertive. And assertiveness is not being nasty. That's what I wanted to say. Assertiveness is not being nasty. It's just standing your ground. Like, no means no. Like, if you say no, no is a complete sentence. People can continue arguing. Oh, why not? Da, 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 da. Again, silence is the language of God. After you say no, you don't have to say anything else. That is the end of that sentence. That is the end of the conversation. And many of you are going to progress in your businesses, in your career change, in your spiritual walk. And you're going to get motivation to do that from the Most High. And so number 16 came out as well for self-leadership and inspiration. Many of you will be stepping out on your own into your own businesses, into your own ministries. And so you'll be leading yourself, as well as leading other people. And you'll be getting inspiration from the Most High. Number 11 came out for leadership, creativity, and originality. So that's confirmation, because you have self-leadership, but then you have leadership, which is leadership of others. And I did say you'll be leading yourself and others. Being creative. So you'll get creative ideas for your business, even for your ministry. Everybody's ministry is not the same. Everybody's spiritual walk is not the same. Just like every reader, every messenger is not the same, and they come different, and they have their own audience. And so you're going to have your own audience, and you're going to be original. Originality came out. You're going to be original. How you do it is going to be original. Number 1818 came out, and motivation is there again. So you're going to be motivated to do the things that you need to do. So that's confirmation. And it says keep working on your goals. So that's why that came out. And like I said, motivation came out twice. You're going to be assertive, and you're going to keep working on your goals. Number 15 came out, and it says making life choices and important changes, adaptability. So you will be adapting to whatever is happening, in your life. There are important changes coming. That's with your job, that's with your spirituality, that's with maybe even your home, moving. You might buy a new car, you might redecorate your house. So there are going to be changes, important changes, and you're going to be making life choices. So you might be choosing a spouse, you might be choosing to end a relationship because it was not suited for you. So listen to the Most High so you can make those changes, and you're going to adapt to whatever those changes are. So number 1111 is for twin flames and mastery. So some of you will be meeting your soulmate, the person that God has destined for you, and you are going to master whatever it is that the Most High has for you. And I'm just shuffling to see if there are more angel numbers, because I just have an issue with the number being the row not being even. Yeah, that's my thing. So Spirit, are there any other angel messages? And so angel number 2222 is changes, conquering demons. Changes and conquering demons. So many of you, again, it's talking about changes that are happening in your life. That's confirmation. And conquering demons, conquering spiritual demons, conquering demons in your life, conquering bad habits, conquering addictions, conquering traumas, insecurities. Insecurities can be a demon. Depression can be a demon in your life. Just those negative influences, conquering those things. All right. Angel number 111, trust your intuition. So that's confirmation, because in the message it talked about you letting your intuition guide you. So trust your intuition. If you feel something about someone and it's in your spirit, you need to trust that. And then it says, I'm sorry, I put it down before I read the other one, share your knowledge. So many of you are going to be sharing your knowledge in leadership, through self-leadership, through being assertive, and by motivation. And this may be some of the changes that you are making in your life, is to share your knowledge. You might be a coach, you might be a motivational speaker, you might be a mentor to people, you might help other people and guide other people on their spiritual path and their spiritual walk, and everything like that. So and it can even be a friend that calls you, or a family member calls you for advice, and maybe you weren't one to give advice to people before, but now you do. So do that and be blessed. I hope you do like this message. I hope you got something out of this message. And I do thank you for joining me for another message. And I will see you real soon.